Isn't this a treat? Stay still! I want to see what you look like on the inside.
Whoa! Sorry, Gabby, but I don't have time for your crazy right now! Don't kill him! Please!
Kill him? Pay attention, little bug. I'm not here to kill.
Dear God, no!
I'm here to make friends.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to be taking a look at my custom, kind of Marvel Legends style, Absolute Carnage. Now, the reason I say kind of Marvel Legends style is because technically this body here that I used for this custom is actually a McFarlane figure, but the figure itself, technically, it is in a Legends scale. Which is very strange because this scales really well with Marvel Legends, but this is not a Marvel Legends scale figure, so it's like not like 6 inches or whatever. But it does scale really, really well with Marvel Legends and stuff. So we'll just go over the details really quick of this figure and everything. I will point out that the joints on this are not painted, and there is some problems in the joint areas. I've spent over almost 2 years trying to solve those issues, and unfortunately with McFarlane figures, this issue has not been able to be fixed. It is actually almost near impossible for me to actually try and fix those issues, so this figure definitely has its faults, but honestly, I'm tired of working on it, and at least to me, I think it's done as much as possible. I've at least fixed a lot of the joint issues. By joint issues, I mean a lot of the paint was just chipping off of the joints, and that was kind of becoming a problem. But anyway, this does use a Build-A-Figure body from this one Batman figure. I'll put it up here. I forgot what it was called, to be honest, but yeah, so just kind of going over it, I basically applied a regular kind of like red everything to it. You can kind of see the regular red on the bottom of the feet. And then I dry brush, or something like dry brushing? I don't know. I kind of like applied a darker red too on top to give it kind of like a double color kind of look. But you can kind of see it because you can see like the red and then the darker red and everything. I just thought it was kind of a cool look. And then I used black to add these little squigglies all around. That's mainly for the arms and legs. As far as the chest goes, which I'm going to have to like bend his legs to even put him in frame here because he's so like huge. As far as the chest goes, I used a green stuff putty sculpt to sculpt the logo out and everything. That was a very hard thing to accomplish. I tried adding highlights to it, but a lot of the colors just kind of seemed to blend together. I used like a yellow and an orange, and they ended up blending with each other, and I reworked this thing multiple times. It keeps doing the same thing, so I just kind of left it as it is. But I think it looks still pretty decent. And then turn him around to the sculpt work on the back, I did sculpt these little prong things that he has for some reason. So I did sculpt those. And then as far as the head goes, I did a little sculpt work on the head, cut the bat ears that were on it off. Because honestly, this is a perfect head, and the jaw articulates too. I left the eyes and the mouth as is, because honestly, I thought those were perfect. Just absolutely perfect the way they were. And, yeah, that is pretty much it for a lot of the design work, because a lot of this was already the sculpt kept as is. And honestly, I think it came out pretty well. A lot of only, like, minor gripes with it, and, minor issues that I have with some of the final product that came out, but overall, I did think that it did come out pretty well. Now that I've gone over details, let's talk about the articulation, because he doesn't have any accessories. So, talking about articulation, sorry for the shaky cam here and there. I don't know why my camera is being so shaky. But one thing before I want to mention articulation, I did have to also chop off some of the diaper sections to even get some articulation, because even that was kind of scraping up paint and everything. But you can see even with some of these joints, like this joint was attempted to be painted, but if you can kind of see in there, there is like some chipping and everything with like some of these joints, which does really suck. But trust me, like I tried my best to sand down the joints. I tried my best to paint them and everything, to coat them, to make sure they would be all good. I don't know why it is so hard for this Mark McFarlane figure to do that. But anyway, getting down to articulation, the jaw obviously has some movability. The head can go down only like, actually not at all. The head can't even go down. It can go up, oh, and it just popped off. Oh boy, you can see I'm not having the greatest time, but the head can move up like that, and then of course you can do full 360 and everything, and it has some side to side, nothing too crazy. No butterfly joints, of course, because McFarlane sucks. But the arm does go up about that far, and then, oh my god, there we go. Then you do get a full rotation on it. Hopefully things don't like start peeling off there. There is a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go in pretty deep, and then a usual hinge and swivel for the hands. Even though, like you can see, that chipping in there, it's really bad. Even though I coated it and everything. Oh boy. The torso has a top torso piece there that rotates, and a bottom torso piece too that also rotates, but that one's pretty stiff. He can crunch forward about that far, and crunch back pretty much not at all. The leg can kick forward about that far, since I cut it. You can kick back about that far. You can probably make it go a little bit more, but I'm scared of chipping stuff on this thing. There is a bit of a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees that go in pretty deep. And then you do have an ankle pivot, which is very stiff, and it may or may not work. But yeah, you can get an ankle pivot out of it. It's just very stiff. The foot goes down about that far, and can go up about that far. And he does have a pretty deep toe bend. He's pretty goodly articulate, like pretty goodly. He is pretty fairly articulated. It's just the problem is like chipping and stuff, and then there's small chipping right now just on my freaking review station now from that foot joint. He does come with his fair share of issues as a custom, and honestly, I wish I could have figured something out better. I'm so tired of working on it constantly and constantly and constantly, and I just want to put a video out because I mean this is as complete as he's going to be able to be. It's just those issues are just really, really, really irritating. But as far as the articulation stuff goes, and the details and the sculpt work on him, that is pretty much it. So let's go ahead and do a post test. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little post test. Here's the edited photo that I did for this figure. I know my last video I kind of forgot to do that whole thing. So here's the edited photo that I did for this figure, and along with my Insta, if you'd like to follow my Insta for more action figure pictures and related stuff in such that way. But let's move on to the scale of absolute carnage here. So I'm gonna have to put him in the back just because of how big this guy is. So there he is, and we'll kind of just do some scaling of some basic stuff here. Starting off with, here he is next to my Marvel Legends Web of Shadows Spidey, which fits the aesthetic of this Carnage pretty well. There he is next to that Spidey there, and then of course here he is next to the Null and Venom 2-pack, as to which his feet aren't straight. There he is to the Null and Venom 2-pack Venom, which I don't have Null I just got that Venom during a eBay listing. And then here he is next to Agent Venom there. So you can kind of see what he looks like next to these characters here. So moving these guys aside, now we'll do a comparison with some Carnage figures. So here he is next to the first ever Carnage Marvel Legends release, which is a repaint that I'm working on sometime down the road. Then here he is next to the retro carded Carnage there. And then here he is next to the Ultimate Carnage. And then here he is next to the Mafex Bagley Carnage. So you kind of see he's one of my biggest Carnages that I have now. But that is pretty much it for the scale. Nothing too crazy or too major. Just want to show off just a little bit of the scale with this figure and everything. Without further ado, let's go into the final thoughts, and then we will go ahead and end the video.
So, some final thoughts on this custom Absolute Carnage. Overall, I think he came out pretty much mostly good. He does have a lot of issues with the joints and everything, and it being a McFarlane figure, he doesn't exactly pose the greatest, but overall, I'm pretty happy with how it came out, and I am sorry that this video is a little bit of a short video. Kind of been backed up with commissions and stuff, so I kind of try to at least get this video pushed out here. More videos to come, but make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
I've heard it 1,000 times before, and it's just not that funny anymore.